Hello, I'm Sumire. We've put together a compelling lineup for you this week on NHK World TV. Here are some shows you won't want to miss. Kawaii International brings you the latest Tokyo fashion straight from the source. This time, fashion gurus from around the world come to Tokyo to work on some kawaii collaborations. Next, NHK Documentary on Sunday looks at trends in the food industry. Food is globalizing. Massive inflows of capital are taking food businesses and industries beyond national borders. This program investigates how this development and others are affecting Japan. Our final program is The Professionals, which features a famous Kyogen actor. Mansai Nomura is one of the most popular names in Kyogen, a form of traditional Japanese comic theater. He made his debut at the age of 3 and has been on the stage ever since. Please check our website for the broadcast schedule in your time zone and stay tuned to NHK World TV.
NHK World.
Welcome back to Imagination. I'm Nicholas Pettis.
And I'm Chiaki Horan.
Okay, I'm gonna say this as honestly as I can.
Okay, what?
You and I today are gonna introduce something that literally millions of people are waiting for.
So today's feature is Dragon Ball Z!
Yeah!
Yes!
Dragon Ball! Dragon Ball Oru!
We know the song.
Yeah,
and
that's the
especially we're gonna feature on the latest movie, Animation Theater.
Resurrection!
F. The F stands for the biggest enemy of Goku, called Freezer F.
Oh, really? And he's one of the original characters from way back. I think he was actually first introduced into this series in the 17th issue of the comic book.
You know a lot.
I know stuff.
And the cool thing about this is the person who's writing the screenplay for this anime is the original author.
No way.
Yes, it's Way. And at this moment, we can only watch it in Japan, but they're planning to release it all over the world. So don't worry, you'll get to see it someday soon. So, you want to find out more?
Yes, I do. I actually wanted to see something from Dragon Ball.
Okay,
Yeah.
Here you go.
The globally anticipated feature film Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F opened in Japanese theaters on April 18th. In this film, Goku engages in a fierce battle with his nemesis Frieza, who's been resurrected. Many fans, including the voice cast, attended the preview screenings held prior to the premiere, thereby filling the air with excitement.
The tremendous impact of the battle scenes and the visuals in general were incredible. I got so pumped up.
I liked the fact that everyone was fighting together as teams and not just the Saiyans.
Dragon Ball has a large following worldwide. This is the preview screening that took place in Los Angeles, USA. Loads of people, including groups of fans and cosplay and members of the press, attended the event. The film is based on Dragon Ball, a comic series written and illustrated by Akira Toriyama. The popular series ran for 11 years in Weekly Shonen Jump from 1984. According to its storyline, anyone who collects the 7 Dragon Balls will have any wish granted. The manga is centered around the fierce battles over these Dragon Balls between the hero Son Goku and his various enemies. The series has been translated into 24 languages, and over 230 million copies have been published worldwide. Extending beyond the confines of just manga, Dragon Ball has been adapted into anime and feature films. The previous film, Battle of Gods, portrayed the fierce battles between Goku and Beerus, the god of destruction. As the first new film release of the series in 14 years, it became a box office hit, grossing approximately 3 billion yen. The film was released in 26 countries worldwide. In 20 of them, it ranked in the top 10, and in 6 of them, it became the highest-grossing film of the year. Hungry for more, the world eagerly awaited the release of the newest feature, Resurrection F. Just like with the previous film, it's slated to be released worldwide. The anticipation for this newest title has been particularly high, as it features an original storyline written by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. He assumed the role of screenwriter for the first time. Producer Hayashida describes the events that led him to asking Toriyama to write the screenplay.
It started with the immense success of the previous film, Battle of Gods, both in Japan and overseas. When we saw the impact it made, we wanted to make another film straight away. We received input from various people, and the consensus was that everyone wanted to see an original storyline written by Toriyama. We agreed that this time around, we'd like for the film to stay true to every line and word he'd write. So that's how I came up with the proposal for Toriyama.
He also says this latest anime contains a major theme.
As a member of the generation who watched Dragon Ball Z when it originally aired, I wanted to make a statement about what it's all about. That's why one major theme is about going back to the source. From that point of view, I came up with the idea of resurrecting Frieza, who is particularly iconic among the villains. So I wanted him and Goku to do battle once again. The storyline is very simple, but I think being able to raise the level of power and intensity compared to the previous films. I mean, this one is pretty intense, if you ask me.
After this, we'll go behind the scenes to uncover the fascinating appeal of the new Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
Dragon Ball! Okay, this is exciting, right?
What? Yeah, it is exciting. It is exciting.
Yeah.
Do you know when this originally started? Like, manga series, I mean?
No, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
It started from 1984. 31 years ago.
1984.
Yeah.
Wow, I was like 11 years old.
You were 11 years old.
Yeah, you weren't even born, were you?
I wasn't. I
You weren't
wasn't
even born.
It has been attracting a lot of fans. I think at the moment, so it was 31 years ago, so
Yeah.
probably the original fans,
Yep.
they're now in their 40s, 50s maybe.
Well, they'd be probably around my generation, right?
And so what they're trying to do now is to collect new fans, younger fans. So there's a key thing.
Yes.
The key word is back to the source.
Yes.
Guess how to get to back to the source.
Well, you see, to understand Son Goku and this whole Dragon Ball world, you obviously got to know about the Dragon Balls. Because like, the story is so long and it's like they kind of got over the Dragon Balls. You know, they collected them at one point, you know, and then they moved on in the story. And then there's sons and fathers and rivals and friendships that were real. This story is really good. Long, long, long.
Well, that's one thing too.
Yeah.
That's one thing too. But to collect the new fans, they're not trying to create this Dragon Ball Z world with the new creators. They're using the original creators. Like, you know, I said Akira Toriyama.
Yes.
He's the original writer, author, and he's doing the screenplay so that he can maintain the original world of Dragon Ball Z.
Nice. We like that. Yeah.
So, these are the characters from original.
So we're gonna learn something here too.
Yeah, we're gonna learn something. So we all know he's the main guy, right? Goku. And that's Vegeta, rival.
Yeah.
Goku's Henshinhan.
Yeah.
He used to be Goku's enemy. And this guy, he's Gohan, the son of Goku.
Yeah.
And this Piccolo.
Piccolo, the bad guy.
He used to be the bad guy.
Super bad.
And this guy, Kuririn, he's a friend of his. So they're like, you know,
They're like
rivals slash...
Dishy, right? Same kind of...
Same dishes.
Yeah, same
dishes. They used to be like enemies slash rivals and friends and stuff like that. And in this movie, they're fighting all together to defeat Freezer.
Oh, the F Freezer.
Freezer, yeah. The cool thing about Dragon Ball is like, usually in anime, people tend to love only the main guy, right?
Mostly, but that's because most like stories are baselined on specific characters.
But the cool thing about Dragon Ball is they each has a huge amount of fans out there.
Right.
So, you know, they try to use all the supporting characters to create depth and dynamic to the story, and they're fighting together.
Where are the girls?
Girls will appear in the movies too, but important thing is these guys.
Okay.
Okay. So do you want to know more about the story?
I do.
Okay.
今じゃそこまでなんなくてもいいんだよ。ほう、自信ありそうですね。まあな。おや、スーパーサイヤ人にならないんですか?
In the original series, Frieza is defeated after he engages in a fierce battle with Goku, who's been transformed into a Super Saiyan out of rage over the murder of his ally. The new film opens with a scene showing Frieza forced to spend his days in hell, as his animosity toward Goku builds.
もうすでにいくつか集めてますよ。
可能だ。だがその
Frieza's henchmen succeed in using the power of the wish-granting Dragon Balls found on Earth to revive him. And so, the resurrected Frieza challenges Goku to fight once again, intending to seek revenge.
わかりやすく金色にしてみました。ゴールデンフリーザとでも言いましょうか。
Having evolved into a dazzling golden Frieza, he torments Goku. Will Goku be able to protect the Earth? Toei Animation, known for creating numerous popular animes such as Pretty Cure and One Piece, produced the film. Tadayoshi Yamamoto, who previously served as anime director for the Dragon Ball series, directed the film. He discusses the challenges he had to overcome in adapting Akira Toriyama's distinctive screenplay into moving images.
For example, the screenplay it would describe a scene in which 1,000 enemies appear, with the Z warriors fighting them off. The only instruction of sorts would be, "This is the greatest battle of all time," with no other details. He'd just say, "This is a scene where the animators shine." So I had to actually fill in the details.
So for this overwhelming battle scene with Frieza's 1,000-man army, Yamamoto decided to insert a myriad of characters closely associated with Goku. There's Kame Sennin, Goku's master who taught him the Kamehameha technique. Kuririn, Goku's best friend with whom he trained since childhood. Gohan, Goku's only son. And Piccolo, who was once Goku's nemesis. Familiar faces appear and each shares the spotlight. Although Toriyama did not describe the scene in detail in the screenplay, the director succeeded in rendering a spectacular depiction by allocating sufficient coverage to the descriptive portrayal of the battle scene. A particularly challenging scene in the screenplay was the portrayal of the hell where Frieza resides. When he read the screenplay that described the landscape as a hell with meadows of yellow flowers and a tree standing in it, he was not immediately able to visualize such a version of hell.
I spent about a month agonizing over how to portray the opening scene.
One day while watching TV, Yamamoto came across a lake in Austria called the Green Lake, which he felt was the perfect model for the screenplay. Green Lake is formed by snowmelts, appearing only during summer. Its mystical vision of lush plants and trees lit up by rays of light penetrating the dark waters became an inspiration for the scenes of hell. Yamamoto says that he made a special effort when creating the animation to maintain the vision of the world conceived by Akira Toriyama.
I think the warmth that emanates from Toriyama's work can only be conveyed through handwritten images. I mean, he doesn't even use a ruler to draw his lines. So I felt we needed a human touch. Because if the visuals become too exact, you'd end up with a different kind of worldview.
In the previous film, the characters were drawn using CG. This time around, the drawings were done by hand in order to convey the feel of the original series. Yamamoto's passionate commitment stems from his experience of working on Dragon Ball since the animation days of Dragon Ball Z. Furthermore, he says that he put more effort into these battle scenes than for any other work. We asked him to reveal the key points he placed the most importance on.
He kicks and then he retracts his leg a little. In doing so, he slightly bends his leg. He'd lose his balance if the leg was totally straight, so we bend it a little for stability.
Let's take a look at the actual scene. We can see that he's paid careful attention to the angle of the leg he's standing on. He also displays the joint locking technique in Tenshin Han's battle scene. The reason why he insists on such a meticulous depiction of combat is that he'd been a dedicated student of Shorinji Kempo during his student days. The action scenes drawn by Yamamoto amounted to several times the number of pages he'd usually make.
This bunch here contains 1,000 pages. We used 12 of these. It was the most I'd ever drawn.
Besides Goku, the hero, many popular supporting characters make appearances in these battle scenes. This is not just a story about Goku. Having drawn Dragon Ball for many years, Yamamoto's love for the work shines through his creations. Longtime fans will be delighted to see the supporting characters display their signature attack moves. Filled with intense battle scenes coupled with good old characters, this new work really goes back to the basics. The producer hopes that a new generation will come to watch Dragon Ball.
In Japan and elsewhere, the mid-30s to mid-40s generation disproportionately make up the viewer base of Dragon Ball. That is not to say we don't have a following from a new generation of children. But you got to admit the disparity does exist. So my hope is for children overseas, as well as in Japan, to watch Dragon Ball for the first time and to enjoy it to the point where they're enticed to watch more, thereby creating a positive trend.
That looked totally awesome.
It was.
It was awesome.
It was.
I want to see the whole thing. How cool is the Kamehameha when he's flying around?
Did you see the fighting scene? And the anime creator, he used like 12,000 sheets of paper to create that scene, battle scene. Wow.
I like the way that they kind of really like looked at real karate and real martial art people and how they're kicking.
That's your specialty, right?
That is my specialty. I have a picture of myself once where I'm kicking a guy who's really tall. But because he's so tall, I actually had to have the standing leg totally stretched out.
Really?
So it depends on how tall the opponent is. But normally, if you want to have a strong kick, you're not going to be standing on a straight leg like that. So that was very realistic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Next time they want some motion capturing, I'm available.
You're available?
Yeah, I'm available.
Now here are the latest topics.
Here we go with some of the latest Japanese pop culture topics.
So it's time for Japanese pop culture topics. Yay!
Yay!
Woohoo!
Do it.
So today's topic, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it.
I'm pretty sure I know I'm going to love it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So today's topic is cosplay! Yay, 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 yay! You always wanted to do one, right?
I do. I want to come out of the shell.
Anyway, so like today's topic, Dragon Ball. We've seen that kind of like Dragon Ball cosplays all over the place, right?
When we went to France last year, Japan Expo, there was a lot of Dragon Balls.
And now is the time when like cosplayers try to create their costumes for summer events.
Right.
They have like big competition during summer a lot. So I'm pretty sure they're knitting or like sawing.
Well, they make most of their costumes themselves. Except for me, I'm lazy. I just want to buy one.
You just want to buy one?
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Today, I'd like to introduce you to a useful tool to create cosplay costume.
Really?
This is a website called World Cosplay.
Yeah.
And you can find out other cosplay, what kind of like costumes that other cosplayers wear from all over the world.
Nice. It's like Cosplayers Unite.
So
cool.
It's like a social networking site.
Yeah.
It's hard to create costumes or like ideas from scratch, right?
It is.
But if you check out that website, you can get, great idea from it.
You know, last year I was looking around and stuff, and actually you could order also stuff. I'm not sure you can order from this one, but you can order. There are sites where you can like have custom built costumes for you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you know how many people are joining to this World Cosplay website?
Nope.
1.2 million members.
That's a lot of members.
That's a lot.
And we have a guest today?
Yes,
Is that
special
right?
guest on the show.
Haven't had a guest in a while. I'm excited about this.
Okay, let's introduce her.
Cosplayer Rusha has made numerous appearances on an internet broadcasting site and has gained popularity for her high-quality cosplay. Her cosplay repertoire includes not only female characters from games and anime, but male characters as well, earning her a large female following. Fans come out in droves whenever she takes part in a cosplay event. Recently, she's been widening her appeal beyond cosplay, performing in concerts in Europe and Asia as the vocalist in the band Hatsune Kaidan.
So please welcome cosplayer Lucia.
Yay! Wow.
Hi.
You're beautiful.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, please come and sit down. Dodo.
Hi.
Guys,
Wow.
she's actually really famous in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Famous cosplayer.
Yeah. So for all you cosplay fans out there, and we know there are a lot of you, you got any questions? My question always is,
sure.
how did you get into cosplay?
I got into cosplay from my love of anime and games. In particular, there was this character I loved from Final Fantasy. I wanted to dress up like her, so after doing some research on the internet, I bought some costumes.
This costume here, did you make it yourself?
Not this one, but I sometimes make the costumes myself. I start from scratch and buy the fabric and use a sewing machine.
For example, which character's costume did you actually like make?
I make costumes of Final Fantasy characters. I decided to start from scratch because there were certain details that I just had to have. The first costume I made was a real botched job, but after redoing it many times, I came up with something passable.
Wow, she made it after a while.
Yeah, no, it's part of the whole process of being a cosplayer, right? So, quick question. What is the best thing that's happened to you from being a cosplayer?
I started out doing this simply for my own enjoyment, but as I continued, more and more people told me they liked what I was doing, which encouraged me, so I'm really glad I got into this.
So the ultimate purpose for cosplayers are like photo shooting or enjoying just being the character?
I think both. There are all sorts of ways to enjoy cosplay. There are those who enjoy getting dressed up to sing, and those who prefer to interact with friends in costume. I personally enjoy taking photos in character, so I try to perfect that.
This is like a rare chance, right? Because on the show, we're always talking about the magical zone of the leg,
Impenetrable zone.
Impenetrable zone, right? So you're actually in the living flesh. Maybe you could please stand up. This is the real deal, all right? Now my question here is, because there's actually a question here.
Okay.
Is it important for you how high you pull your socks up?
I'm really into the whole impenetrable zone thing, so I put a lot of thought into the details. For today's costume, I think this length is just about right for the length of this skirt, but I personally prefer slightly longer socks.
Good for you.
Right, yeah. What do you mean good for all of us, right? Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. What are your future plans? Where are you heading towards? Have you got any goals for this year or next year?
I've already performed at several gigs overseas, but I'm interested in performing in many more parts of the world. So at the moment, I'm hoping to widen my horizons.
Nice.
So could we have a message from you to the fans out there who actually are thinking about trying to do cosplay?
I often hear people say they'd like to try cosplay but don't, because they don't think they'd look good in it. But I think of cosplay as an expression of what you love, so I want to encourage people to nevertheless give it a shot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Yes.
The latest release in the popular game series Dashitsu Adventure will come out real soon. Dashitsu Adventure Curse Sequence for the Nintendo 3DS combines elements of exploration and puzzles that test your ability to think outside the box and your power of deduction, involving a profound narrative with a heavy dose of adventure. You can experience the sensation of reading a novel while propelling the story as you solve mysteries. The protagonist encounters strange incidents and claustrophobic situations in a quest to uncover the mysteries surrounding the so-called cursed sequence rumored in the school. A succession of mysterious events take place around the protagonist, who takes up the challenge to uncover the meaning of the cursed sequence along with new characters introduced for this installment. This is an escape adventure game involving elements of exploration, dismantlement, puzzles, and information gathering to successfully complete stages and find a way out.
Well, thank you very much for watching the show today. How exciting was that?
It was
Dragon Ball, Resurrection.
And cosplay.
She was so beautiful.
She was cute.
She was. All right. We've got some messages from the website because we know you guys are following along really intently on that place too, where we also have behind-the-scenes stuff. You know, where she's just abusing me.
No, you're gonna give the wrong image of me. Don't do it.
Anyway, this is from Amira from Algeria. I'm a new viewer to your channel, HK World, and I like the show very, very much.
Thanks.
I hope you show next time about Hatsune Miku.
She was actually on the show.
She was on the show,
Hey.
right there. And this is from the Philippines. The name is Clear096. Hello. Thanks for Hello Kinmosa episode.
Kimoda?
Kinmosa. Just want to say thanks to the staff for covering a new season of Kin no Mosaic. I'm really looking forward to it. It's really interesting to see how much thought the animators put into making this anime. I hope you guys feature more Yurufuake anime in the future.
Oh, Yurufuake anime, like, you know, cute and
We
mellow.
probably will because she loves that stuff.
I love them.
I'm more into the dark, slashy stuff.
Okay, speaking about the slashy stuff, we got illustration from Mora and Jordan. And this is a character from Air Gear. Ikki
it's very much, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just right there. Thank you very much for watching today. It's been a pleasure. We will see you next week.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
NHK World TV from Japan.